Greetings. Welcome to class again. This is Rebecca McCarthy, your instructor, and I want to talk a little bit about discussion questions in an online course. I consider the discussion questions some of the most important elements in an online course, and I do so because, well, basically this is the place where we really get to talk about the issues, about the content in the class and in our readings, and to have a better understanding or a deeper understanding of what we are studying. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how I look at discussion posts and how they're graded, what the discussion expectations are in my particular class. First, I think it's important to know that when we look at the course outcomes, discussions hit every single one of them. Communication, human relationships, critical thinking and problem solving, technology, personal responsibility, and information literacy. For communication, we are working at having good and clear online communications with each other in our class. We are looking for full engagement with each other and the content that we are discussing. This also applies to human relationships. How do we treat each other in the discussion? If we disagree, do we disagree in a civil way, in a critical way, or are we being rude? Next, critical thinking and problem solving. This asks us to look at the information that we are discussing and also how we are having back and forth discussions and how we are engaging in that critical information. Are we looking for deeper meaning? Are we making connections between different chapter readings? Are we making connections between different examples, real life examples that can go back to our text readings? Technology, of course, actually asks us to deal with the technology in front of us. And for us, that's going to be the learning management system or Canvas. And are we able to correctly use the learning management system and the technology? Finally, personal responsibility. Are you posting on time and are you following the guidelines, for example? And this becomes very important and part of the grading process. Finally, information literacy. Are you looking past the textbook to bring more information to the discussion itself? These are all important different aspects, and your outcomes that we have in this class are actually rooted in this particular assignment. Now let's go over the discussion expectations really quick. The first thing to know is that I'm asking you to post your first discussion post, that's your initial post that answers all the questions I may pose, by Wednesday of the week. Now, your initial post should run somewhere between 100 and 150 words, but what I'm really looking forward is whether or not you are actually answering the question and whether or not you are quoting correctly from the textbook to support all your answers. Next, I ask you to make 2 reply posts, and your reply posts need to be around 50 words total. Now, you may wonder why I have this 50-word kind of random selection for how long your post should be. Well, what I'm looking for is engagement and conversation, and we really can't do that with 14 words, with 15 words, or even 20 words. I need you to actually engage with your fellow classmates. So around 50 words is when we hit the engagement. And when I talk about engagement, I want you to really talk to and with your fellow students or your instructor. So if you agree with a post, I'm looking for something other than, oh, that's a great discussion post. What I'm looking for is why you think that's a great discussion post, and maybe a discussion on how it could even be better. If you disagree with somebody's post, I would like you to critically explain why, give examples, support your answer. So what we're looking for is a real engaging conversation. And that is why I also ask students to post on 3 separate days of the week. Unfortunately, we do not have the ability to sit with each other in real time and have these conversations. So we have to kind of create an environment where these conversations can happen online. One of the benefits of being online is that we can engage our course material whenever we want, whenever it's convenient to our schedule. But we can't have a real conversation if everybody is posting on the same day and they're not really going back and forth. That's particularly why I have the 3-day requirement, is because I'm looking for us to have real engagement with each other over a time span of a week so that we are really critically looking at the information. I also expect that you will respond to any of my follow-up questions. So if I give you a follow-up question on the discussion forum itself, this response will actually count as one of your required discussion posts. if I send you an email with the follow-up questions, I'm actually expecting you to respond to that email as well. Remember, part of learning is for you and I to engage each other on a one-to-one basis. I'm also going to say that you are more than welcome to post more than 3 times in a week. The more engaged you are in the discussion, the happier everybody will be, actually. I mean, this is what the thick of the information is, right? It all happens in the discussion posts. Now, I want to also suggest that you take a look at the grading rubric before you post. The grading rubric, and all rubrics for this class, is how I actually grade the work that you have submitted. You'll find that I will have expectations such as whether or not the initial post was made by Wednesday at midnight, about whether or not the student posted 3 times, if the post was written in strong English, if you used good MLA citation form for your quotes, if you did quote, if you did respond to me, and so on and so forth. So make sure to review the grading rubric expectations. That way you'll know specifically what I'm grading you on when I grade. Now, talking about grades, students often ask me, well, when will I get my grade? It's a very good question. Because the last post isn't due until the end of the week, and that's, I think, Sunday at midnight, I'm not going to actually do any grading until the next day, Monday or Tuesday. Please give me 48 hours to do the grading. Hopefully the grading will be done sooner than that. But if you haven't heard from me or seen a grade on this particular assignment, and we've gone into Wednesday, that would be an appropriate time to shoot me an email and say, hey, Dr. McCarthy, where is that grade? And I hope this little discussion has helped clear up what this assignment is about, how the assignment actually helps our course outcomes, and what I am looking for. If you have any additional questions, remember you can always follow up with an email, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you very much, and I will see you on the discussion boards. Goodbye.